Today's recipe is something I've been wanting to share for ages, actually for years, because they are classic, they're delicious, and they are a treat, and they are filled donuts. So the basic recipe of filled donuts is from my book, The Cardamom Trail, and here I have filled them up with coconut and cardamom cream. But I'm going to make the donuts from here, and then I'm going to fill them up with a beautiful light vanilla custard cream. Yes, you heard it right, vanilla custard cream. And I will also give you a couple of tips of how to get these perfectly light. You don't want stodgy, heavy donuts. You want them light and fluffy, and you want to fill them up, pack them up with the cream inside. I'm going to start here with 500 grams of bread flour or strong white flour, and to this I'm going to add 10 grams of salt to this. Then goes in 10 grams of dried fast action yeast. And also 60 grams of caster sugar. Mix, and then in goes 4 large eggs. I'm just going to break into these. I'm going to use a stand mixer, but you can do this by hand as well. I'm going to start mixing this first and then slowly add 125 ml of water to this. And once I've added the water, I'm going to mix this for 8 minutes. So this is done. Look how stretchy it is, properly stretchy. And now it's time to add some butter. Here I've got 125 grams of softened butter. So I'm gonna start the mixer. And while it's moving, I'm gonna slowly add the butter a little bit at a time. So I've whisked this, beat this for 5 minutes, and the butter has incorporated in it beautifully. Look at that stretch. I've got a big bowl, and I'm just going to put a little bit of butter or plain oil if you have, just to grease it slightly. And then I'm going to move my dough into this. So like I said, that I know I'm using a mixer, and of course it is easier because with mixer, but it doesn't mean that you can't do this by hand. You can definitely knead this by hand. It's just going to be sticky. So I'll let this prove for a couple of hours. I'm going to cover this and leave it to prove a couple of hours in a nice warm place. So it has been exactly 2 hours, and look how much that dough has risen. Okay, time to shape the donuts. Flour here. Ooh, that was fun. Right. Kind of equalish portions. Now you can make normal standard shop size one. What I find with the shop donuts are they are quite massive, and I like to make it slightly smaller than that so that it's you know, you can eat the whole donut yourself then. So just trying to get the air out. You can go crazy and weigh each portion, but I'm just going to go by eye. So if you were making shop size standard donuts, I think you'd get around 20. So each of these portions will have 10. I am going to go for 24. So each of these portions will have 12. Roll it in. That's it. Kind of just tighten it up so it's a nice lovely ball, and then it goes on a floured tray. Make sure you've got enough flour here so it doesn't stick to the tray. That's it. And I'll do the same with the rest. Just putting some oil so that it doesn't stick to the donuts. Here are all the donuts that have been shaped. Now, one tip I can give you is that remember which ones you shaped first. So this is my first tray, second tray, third tray, and fourth tray. And then I'm going to fry it in this order as well. I had to use cling film, but if you want to avoid it, if you have big poly bags or plastic bags, then you can just slide these into them. And while the donuts are proving, I am just making a quick custard. I have shared the recipe for custard on the YouTube channel. I promise I will leave the link in the description box. So I'm just making custard so that I can make it and let it cool it in the fridge. So just doing that really. It just is so amazing, homemade custard. And just look at that thick custard. I'm just going to put a thin layer of cling film on top of the custard, on the top exactly, otherwise it will form a thick skin and I definitely don't want that. So I'm going to let this cool down completely in the fridge. So these have doubled in size. It's been an hour and now I'm going to start frying them in batches. My biggest tip, like I mentioned earlier, is that remember which ones you shaped first. So that's my first tray, second, third, fourth, because it takes time to shape them. that you must remember which ones you made first, because you want to kind of give them same time to prove. And now the oil is hot. I am going to take a bowl and just fill it with some caster sugar, because once that are fried, while they're still warm, we're going to quickly roll them in some sugar. So I'm going to take my first tray with me and get frying. So I'm frying them in sunflower oil because that's the oil which hasn't got any flavor in it. So it's best to use oil. What I'm looking for is around 160, 150, 160. Yep, that is ready. Now, another tip, very important. A lot of people say fry it in 180. In my book, I say fry it in 150. The reason being, both are kind of okay. But if you fry it in really hot oil, they will turn golden in seconds and it'll look ready outside, but inside the dough will be raw. So you don't want it piping hot. So what I'm going to do is, either you can use your hands and then take these donuts out, or you could use the same scraper, cover it in a bit of flour and then scrape these out. So what you don't want to do is deflate the donut before you put it in the oil. So we take that and very gently, I'm actually just going to use my hands because it is much easier. There you go. Now I'm going to cook around 1.5 to 2 minutes on each side. So it's been 1.5 minutes and it's time to turn these over. Look at that. These are ready to come out. So I've got a plate with some kitchen roll and I'm just going to get these out of the oil. And I'm going to fry all my donuts in batches until I get, look at that line. Ooh, lovely. So just take some flour there, then just very carefully, without busting it, and then you put it in the oil. Again, you can do the same with the scraper as well. Still warm donut, you can't let it cool down, and just dip it in some caster sugar. Roll it around, make sure it's all covered properly, and then repeat with the other ones as well. They feel so light, which is a very good sign. Now all this air is a very good sign. That means that our donuts are nice and airy and they're not going to be heavy and, you know, just heavy. These are going to be light and lovely. This is when you get your kids involved and get them to help you with rolling the donuts in the sugar, because that's the fun part, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just want to show you how perfect little rims of white lines they have, and they feel so light, and that's a very good sign. Look at that, just look at that. That's a good sign. That means that your dough has proved well and it has risen really nicely. Now is the most difficult part, and that is to wait. So If you are cheeky enough, you could eat one of these like this, or fill it with jam, or fill it with chocolate, chocolate ganache, chocolate sauce. But I have to wait because I need to let them cool down before I fill it with the delicious custard cream. So for the filling, I have got here 600 ml of double cream, and I'm going to add just 2 tablespoons of caster sugar. And I'm just going to whisk until it's soft peaks. So the cream is still a bit runny, but that's okay. I don't want to over whisk it yet. What I'm going to do is this custard, the creamy vanilla custard I made earlier on, it has cooled down completely, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer this into our cream and then do the last bit of whisking. If I leave it till the end, then I might whisk the cream a bit too much, and I really don't want to do that. Oh my god, it smells absolutely insane. The vanilla is gorgeous and strong, and this cream is going to be heavenly. Right, this is perfect. Now so now look, it's not runny, it's perfectly formed. I have got a piping bag, and I've got just a normal round nozzle. Sorry. Delicious custard cream is gonna go into the bag. Now, it's kind of like a, what do you call it? Like a,
System.
Yes, thank you. So we take a sharp knife and just take one of the donuts, and from one side make a sharp cut till the middle of the donut and move it a little bit so that it makes a bit of room like this. So you do the same with all the donuts. So go till the half of the donut and just move it around so that you make a little bit of room. Now, if you don't do this, your cream will not go till the center of the donut, and also you will not get a lot of cream in your donuts. So both things are not good. Just, they are light as feather. Can't wait. Oops! And then you find the hole that you've made and press it. Fill it up to the top. And then do the same with all the donuts. Really full to the, it's not full of filling, and actually you want a lot of filling in there. Now I'm going to get this on a tray so I can put it on the table for everyone to enjoy it. Just going to finish half with some roasted chopped up hazelnuts. Now, you guessed it right, my favorite bit, to eat it, of course, to eat it. So I'm going to cut into half because I want to show you how amazing it's from inside. So I'm going to take one of these. Yeah, look at that. Now that is how much filling you want in your donut. Right guys, I'm going in because my cameraman is really not happy. Sia is desperate to try it. Not try it because I make this and these are the favorite things I make. She loves these more than the cake, any cake. So she's given me 2 seconds to finish this video so she can dive in. Right. The donut is baked, cooked to perfection. The inside is light, it's cooked through, it's fluffy, and the cream is making it irresistible. I'm telling you guys, you will not be buying shop-bought donuts once you've tried these at home. Hope you're going to give this a go. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. If there is any particular bake you have been really wanting to see me cook or bake, please let me know. What's your favorite donut filling?
That's so good.
How many are you going to have?
That one.
That many?
No, this one.
This many? Okay. No!